He'll have to like it, and if he doesn't like it, then, they should just keep fighting.
The suggestion that he made, though, was that if he doesn't accept it, that the U.S. would pull back its support for Ukraine.
Well, at some point he's going to have to accept something. He hasn't accepted. You remember right in the Oval Office not so long ago, I said, you don't have the cards.
President Trump says Ukraine's President Zelensky will just have to like the U.S.-backed peace plan that includes Article 5-like security guarantees and an immediate ceasefire in the Russia-Ukraine war. This, as the president moments ago said, the deal is not the final offer. For more, let's bring in former Air Force Intelligence Officer Jake Sotiriadis and Hudson Institute Senior Fellow Rebecca Heinrichs. Great to have you both. So, President Trump set a Thanksgiving Day deadline, trying to hammer out a deal in the coming days. Rebecca, how do you assess it?
Well, President Trump also implied that it might not be a hard deadline, so there's going to be some time here. There are some things in the deal that are going to be totally acceptable to Ukraine. Even something that President Trump and Secretary Rubio said that they understood that Ukraine can't accept. On November 12th, Secretary Rubio said Ukraine can't accept Russia taking Donetsk, which they have not militarily succeeded in taking. But that's in the deal. So there's that, of course, needs to come out. European security forces, I think, are necessary to back up Ukraine, but the deal precludes European security forces. So Europeans have to come up with not just complaints about the deal that's put forward, but actual solutions to improve it, come back with a counteroffer so that Ukraine can come back to the United States and say, this is what we will accept. We know this is going to end in a negotiated agreement, but it has to actually work. It has to preserve peace in Ukraine. It can't just be a bad deal. No deal is better than a bad deal.
Zelensky's politely said that this is a difficult choice for Ukrainians. How do you assess this one, Jake?
Mike, I think that this is going to be decided on the battlefield ultimately. I don't really see great prospects for this deal really going through. And there are a few reasons for that. Number one, the Russians outnumber and outgun the Ukrainians. The battlefield situation has turned, frankly, in their favor. They know that, and frankly, they're exploiting the situation now. The Ukrainians are going to be very hard-pressed to accept this kind of a deal, which frankly sees them turning over territory that they currently occupy after having lost 30,000 troops. So I don't think that Zelensky is going to be able to sell this very effectively. At the end of the day, that we're looking at a frozen conflict akin to Korea in Ukraine. And the fact that NATO is going to be off the table for Ukraine, that's never going to happen, even if the concession happens where Ukraine gets into the European Union. As we've seen in the situation with Cyprus, that's no guarantee to actually resolve a frozen conflict. So we're in this for the long term.
So U.S. Marines training off the coast of Venezuela in a show of force to the Maduro regime. What's the impact, Rebecca?
Well, clearly, I thought Lucas' report was great. They're trying to clear the U.S. forces are meant to demonstrate that they have a credible threat of military force to oust the Maduro regime. And that means the military also has to support ousting Maduro, because Maduro is just not going to sort of leave on his own. The question that I have, though, is what is the Americans' plan for the day after, getting a better regime in place? That's where it gets dicey, because everything that I've heard from experts, it would require U.S. actual physical presence, boots on the ground in Venezuela. President Trump doesn't want to do that, much more comfortable with air power. And so that is the question I have, because as we know, Mike, the Russians also backed the Maduro regime. In 2019, they sent Russian forces into Venezuela to back Maduro. And so that's going to be a problem for the United States as well.
Jake, are Nicolas Maduro's days as leader of Venezuela numbered?
Mike, I think that that really depends. So, for example, we've seen the administration go back and forth on this. We've even seen them work in terms of prisoner releases with the Maduro regime. The number of forces that are now deployed to the Caribbean would suggest that this is much bigger than simply an anti-drug running operation. But the question is, will the Trump administration, which came to power with a mandate to avoid forever wars, to not go after regime change, people with like J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio who have said that regime change and forever wars are not a good thing, will they want to do something similar in Venezuela? I think we would see as a very surgical, precise strike, akin to what we saw over the summer in Iran, which could be something that would prompt the regime change. But again, the devil is going to be in the details for the day after on what we would plan to actually replace Maduro with.
The revenge of ideology?
This is exactly what we're talking about, Mike. In the book, I talk about this idea that, ideological power networks can drive our ideas of rationality. If we keep looking through these situations through our own lens and mirror imaging how we as Americans view other people's interests and interpretations of geopolitics, we're going to be surprised.
Jake, Rebecca, great to have you both. Thanks so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.